and welcome to the Brand commentary video. As per usual, the non-commentary version shall be linked underneath. Brand is one of the fire mages in the game, with the other one, of course, being Annie.
I am the fire that cleanses the world.
This is actually the first time using him myself, with him being free to play. But last we start with our W ability, which is Pillar of Flame. This does damage to all the enemies that are within it after it finishes. And we can use it to quite easily deal damage to the two enemies up here, and prepare them for when we can kill them later. But sadly we can't really kill them at level 1 because we don't have our next ability. But you may have noticed the flames going beneath the target after we cast a spell. That is his Blaze passive ability. This deals a percentage of HP over about 4 seconds, which is very handy. And now that we leveled up, we can get our next move, which will be Seer. And we use this to score our first kill. The way that Brand's abilities work are that everything has the basic attack, and then the secondary attack on top. The secondary attack is only available if the target is currently set ablaze from its passive. So as you see there, we can set them ablaze with Pillar of Flame, and then we can use Seer, and the Seer's double effect from when the target is already set alight is to stun the enemy. And that will be exceptionally useful to score some kills. Pillar of Flame itself will deal an extra 25% damage if the target is already alight when you cast it. So it's not really the greatest one. So I usually score that first so that I can use the far more useful stunning effect. And now we leveled up, we can get his E ability, which is Conflagration. Conflagration, I think that's how you say it. But alas, that isn't a skill shot, it's actually a click to kill ability, and that will just simply deal some damage to the target. However, if the target is already set ablaze, then it spreads to nearby enemies. So a very useful thing to do, and the way that I usually attack with him, it's probably not correct, but anyway, is to use Pillar of Flame first, set everything alight, then conflagrate the enemy, and then that'll spread extra AoE damage to everyone around him, and then stun them whenever possible. The good thing about his secondary abilities are that it doesn't use up the Blaze effect when you actually cast one. I'm just cycling through my spells here at the moment. So this means that you're effectively able to cast all 3 of his other abilities while the targets are light if you're quick enough, which can deal some exceptionally good damage. And of course, Brand is usually a middle champion on his own, like most mages, but as I usually do, I always let other people go in the middle if they desire, and we have a Carthus with us, so he goes to the middle while I stay up here with a surprisingly useful kill. Well, I say surprisingly useful, you can't really get a kill that isn't useful. But she's proven to be exceptionally useful so far, with helping me to score a lot of kills. She's a nice support. Everybody likes Kale, unless you're facing her. At the moment we've gone for the usual Chalice of Harmony, just for the extra mana. So we can cast more spells, of course. And here Kale's just teleporting up to join us again. And we can probably finish off his turret now, if Nasus didn't come back to stop us, that is. Yes, that time I started off with Conflagration, and then Carthus joins in and scores an extra kill. Ah, good old Carthus' Requiem. We will be showing that soon. But alas, the good thing about Conflagration is that since it's an instant cast spell on the enemy rather than actually a directional attack, it's really useful if I just want to quickly stun the enemy. Just to conflagrate them, then stun them, and as we saw then, also Pillar of Flame them after to do the extra damage from Pillar of Flame. So you can attack in multiple ways. It really depends on how you actually want to kill the enemy, which is always useful. If you simply want to deal a lot of damage to a single target, then starting with conflagration will be the best thing. If you want to do AoE damage, then probably starting off, if possible, with a seer on an enemy, then conflagrating them, and then pull a flame would be the best thing. But you have to make sure that you definitely do hit the target with seer though then. To be safe, it'll just be better. Oh, okay, I got a nice kill. Anyway, as I was about to say, it would just be better to use pull a flame in my opinion. And here we do some nice laughing, just because he's rather a badass. As you see, even though we're not actually very high level yet, we're still able to kill things really quickly with a mix of pillar of flame and conflagration. I thought I'd use some more mana then, throwing the seer first, but obviously kill them a lot better. And now everybody's come to join the party. And Kale proves to be exceptionally useful by actually protecting us from death. And there we've just gained our ultimate ability, which we went and used just to save ourselves. This ability, Pyroclasm, will throw a very high damaging spell to the enemy, and then that will bounce to extra targets. I believe it's a maximum of 5. And it can bounce towards the same targets that it's already affected, as long as if it bounces off something else. And it can bounce between minions and doesn't prioritise champions. However, if a target is set ablaze, then it will prioritise champions when it bounces off a satellite target. So you can basically get the idea that Brand basically wants all his targets set alight. But then again, he wants the world set on fire, so what do you do about it? Let's help Carthus to get that. I don't take it myself, because I'm not too greedy. It works better for Carthus anyway. You could do with spamming more spells and Requiems, because a Requiem's always handy.
I'm on a short fuse.
Remember, just start with conflagration. And sadly, we couldn't get that last hit, but of course we have Carthus and he can. Oh, sadly, not actually managed to score the hit. How sad. I was hoping we would finish with enemy off, but he must have survived with just a sliver of HP. And we take on the enemy Brand and we kill the enemy Brand. Because we're a better Brand.
This body is just one mess.
I would rate Brand as a fun mage champion. It's not my favourite, but it is very satisfying to be setting everything alight. And I love the way that his attacks actually spread. And here Nasus comes back to join the party. And starting off with a pull of flame, conflagrating and searing him works quite well. And he just has to run away from us. Sadly, we haven't actually gotten any ability power yet, so we can't actually kill the enemies too well on our own. But we can make them go back to base to heal. And then we have to burn our flashes so we don't get killed by Caitlyn, because we got a bit too greedy. But not too greedy. And yes, of course, it's Magmoor Caverns. There's forever any doubt, of course I would use Magmoor Caverns. However, it isn't the ambiance version of Magmoor Caverns. No, that will go with another champion. One that I believe it fits even better.
I'm on a short fuse.
I wish that I did more stuff.
Some say the world is ended.
There you go, I finally joined the party again. I don't like it when I don't have my own gameplay to comment on when I'm supposed to be commenting on my own gameplay. Then again, I suppose it's good that I'm not playing too recklessly. I should probably remember to stay in lanes more often and, you know, actually kill creeps, because with that I've only got 21 minion kills at the moment. That's terrible for a mage character with 11 minutes. But then again, I've never been good at killing them. But it's bad for even for me. But then again, I do tend to enjoy going after champions instead. As well as obviously the missing last hits.
This body is just one of many.
And Lulu scored as an Aegis of the Legion already, which is very handy. And here we jump in, we stun someone, and we get stunned ourselves. Luckily though we survive, because Kale once again uses Divine Intervention on us. She's very nice. She saved us multiple times already. And I make sure to actually thank her, just to make sure that she knows I'm not unthankful for it.
Fire that cleanses the world.
Once we finally score some ability power now, so we should be able to start doing stuff more, especially with cooldown reduction. I suppose I may as well throw in a rating here, shouldn't I? Let's see, a rating of how I think about brands from a first glance as I actually have them. It's very fun. We saw that our pyroclasm jumped backwards and we jump in and score ourselves a double kill. But sadly not a double kill. But alas, the team's quite easy to just pick up and play, which I kinda like. You know, some champions are quite hard to start off with. I haven't actually played it yet, but I'm guessing LeBlanc is going to be like that. Because I've seen her abilities. But Bran just has one of the nice AoE spells, which are always nice. Just put it on the floor, it does damage over time. An instant cast, which is always easy. And just one real skill shot, which is kind of nice. So overall, he wasn't really a pain to actually use. I actually have a lot more problems with some champions I do. Fiona, for example. And Bran's Seer cooldown is really short when he has some cooldown reduction, which is very handy. Because we're able to continually stun lock the enemy champions, which is always handy. And there, Carver's goes and takes a hit for us, because he's a great guy. Thank you, Carver's, for not wanting us dead, despite that being in your lore, but you know. And there we accidentally get killed by the enemy Brand. Aw, what a mean guy. But alas, it was inevitable. It's never good when I don't die in my videos, otherwise what will people laugh at? I have no idea. Here I decided to go for some spell steal, well, life steal from spells. Spell vampiric, that's what it's called. When Lulu finishes up her winning ball, which is going to be even more helpful, and I should probably stay by her to actually take it. Anyway, we have a quick look at everyone's stuff. Carth is going for a much more traditional build, actually going with a tier of Goddess, which I should probably be doing. But alas, I didn't.
I will blaze a tree.
And we may as well go after Leona, who's down there. I really do love that, like, Bran just goes around with flaming hands. And here we try to score a kill, but we probably die here. I'm guessing I die here. No, I surprisingly enough don't die. But as you saw there, Pyroclasm just jumped between all of the champions, which is very handy. And then we score a final stun on Leona and take her out. As I said, Bran's cooldown with his stunning ability is exceptionally good. The only problem is that you do need the target to actually be set on fire first before you throw its seal. But just the very fact that he has such a low cooldown is exceptionally good. It's similar to Twisted Fate, who I believe was the previous champion I did a commentary on. Except for he doesn't need the target to be alive, but he does need to actually have a correct card. It is very nice to be able to get away from champions like that. If they're about to target you down, then throw them a quick stun out. Very handy. Especially since they have to walk into the fire themselves, so if they do it, then all that happens is they take damage. Then we jump in and get a final kill. Yes, I believe that maxing W is the best thing, because it's similar to some other champions like Morgana. Well, that was a terrible aim from me. But anyway, in the way that leveling up his AoE damaging ability allows him to kill minions a lot easier. So actually allow for farming, and of course the AoE damage it does. But leveling up his Seer reduces the cooldown on it, which is very handy. So that's why I went for that second. And his single target configuration, it isn't as important. But yes, the lower cooldown on each level is always handy, I suppose.
This body is just one of many.
And then we have Lulu looking out for us as well.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
And we gain ourselves a Will of the Ancients. It gives some ability power to me, and I believe spell vampiric to everyone around me. I'm not sure if it gives ability power to people around you, it probably doesn't. Why what? I have no idea. Seems like people are wanting to go for the Baron. That's a good reason. Why not? I'll tell you why not. Because if you're actually doing PvP and you're ahead, and then you decide to go for the Baron, and then you get it stolen from you, and then you lose the game, then you look very silly. Considering the fact that most of the games I spectate, which they go for a Baron when they are ahead, usually do end up in the enemy stealing it and killing them. Believe me, I really don't know why they enjoy doing it so much. I could go on a huge rant about greed in this game. And the fact that whenever anybody gets greedy at all, even in the slightest, and they decide to go and try and get another kill, they always end up dying. But alas, I shall save that rant for another time. Because for now, we're doing more of the same thing. By the same thing, I mean stunning Tarek. Tarek is a champion who's recently got some rather interesting buffs, and questionably nerfs, depends how you look at him. But he's always been one of my favourite supports, not as good as Sona, obviously. Then we decided to just throw down a fire and dance, so until next time, that's been Brand. Farewell.